Slap job.
You're gonna have an exciting life now.
Take a mini. Prime it. Dry brush with a grey paint. Then to make a gradient, dry brush with a white paint.
You're gonna be slapping your troubles away with
Slap. Contrast paint. Add details, and you're done.
slap chop.
Actually, I've been painting this way for years. If it's fun and it helps people paint their minis.
You can call me Susan if it makes you happy.
I think I'm getting old. We're going to get to how to slap chop paint in just a second. But first I want to have a quick chat about gatekeeping. Yes, slap chop painting is just a simple painting technique. If, like me, you've been knocking around for a little bit, you've probably seen it called something else too. That's fine. Now I'm a bit of a pedant, and if, like me, you find yourself getting cross over the silly name, or, even worse, heading online to correct someone and tell them what it's actually called, stop. Sorry, you're just getting old. It happens to all of us. The kids have moved on, mate. And you or me telling them they're wrong is just gatekeeping. But don't worry, we can still be saved though. Just remember why we're all doing it. Because painting sexy minis is fun. Particularly if you can do it really quickly. As long as we're all having fun, it's all good, man.
It's all good, man.
And let's be honest, slap chop's not that bad anyway. I'd have called it something much more stupid, like ink attack, wash whack, gunge glaze. Probably. The 90s were weird. Anyway, slap chop. With painting videos like this, I usually try and paint something in my backlog. In this case, an old Hammercorn Berserker I've had knocking around for about 20 years. The details are a little bit softer than I would like, and the metal makes it more prone to chipping, but I really like this model. Once it's prime black, we just do a heavy dry brush with a grey paint. Doesn't matter which one. Then take a white paint. Doesn't matter which one. And do a light dry brush over the top just to pick out any little edges and add an extra gradient to that paint job. This way, when you apply a transparent paint over the top, you can still see that gradient through it. All the hard work is done for you, which is really cool. 14-year-old me would have painted this corn red and slapped some chestnut ink over the top. Not this time. We're painting slap chop, and that means grab some contrast paint, flesh tearers red. I've seen other videos paint these things in about 15 minutes, so I was curious, but yes, it really is that easy. Just make sure you don't paint red any areas you don't want to be red. That's it. To get my contrast paints to flow a little bit better, I diluted them with a couple of drops of water, but other than that, it's just neat contrast paint straight over the top of your pre-shade, and it works really nicely. We're going to let it dry, then we're going to grab our next two colours, Skeleton Horde and Imperial Fist. The bones and skulls and faces get a layer of that Skeleton Horde. Just one coat, same as before. I've tried to take on board the criticism of the lighting in my painting segments, and so hopefully you can see a difference in this next bit. I took care when painting the helmet to leave the edges of the icon unpainted, so that when I went in with my Imperial Fist yellow, I get something that looks like gold trim. I think it looks pretty well. It's not quite gold, but we can fix that. Here he is, on to the next step. So we've added some Basilicon grey to our palette. Now we're just going to fill in all the joints and little recesses so there's nothing left unpainted on the model. If we wanted to, we could leave it there. But there's a few bits and pieces we could do to improve it, and that's what we're going to see next. So we're about 85% done. You know what else is 85%? The number of you who are watching who aren't subscribed. See what I did there? So if this is your second or third time of me popping up in your feed, that's destiny. Just click on that subscribe button and drop a comment down below to say hello. Thanks. Honestly, I'm pretty pleased with how this is looking, but we can still make that gold look better. So, onto my fix-all solution, Cassandora Yellow shade. And just literally applying that over everywhere we applied the Imperial Fist contrast paint, and it just helps to warm it up and boost it a little bit. Neat. Shall we finish there? Nah, this is a paint pen. I'm going to use its edge highlight just to pick out all those bits and pieces and draw attention to the centre of the model. If you don't have paint pens, I did a whole video about them, and I find them a really simple way to deal with edge highlighting in certain situations, particularly if you've got shaky hands like me. We're just going to go round some of the hard edges with a lighter colour just to make them pop. Are you ready for that final reveal? Slap chop. It's simple, fast, and fun. Thanks for watching.